Welcome back to Chair Shot Reality all weekend long here on WrestleZone.com. It is the road to WrestleMania, but WWE took a pit stop this past Saturday and Sunday in the United Kingdom to crown the first ever WWE United Kingdom champion. Who was it? Spoiler alert if you haven't watched, and turn it off. It was Tyler Bate, the 19-year-old from Dudley, UK, who has the mustache of Jack Gallagher, but the body and strength of a much more stronger and physical opponent. Congratulations to Bate, who picked up a victory over Pete Dunne in the championship of the UK tournament. Speaking of Pete Dunne, I'll get back to him in just one moment, but I want to talk about a couple of other guys that made a lasting impression for me in this tournament. First off, the protege of Finn Balor. Yeah, you know Finn, the guy that's one of the most loved men over in the UK and also has transitioned into being a main eventer in the WWE and in NXT. Yeah, he had a protege named Jordan Devlin who got booed out of Blackpool. A guy who was very talented but very young, getting booed out of Blackpool. He had that natural heel ability. He didn't need to do anything, but the crowd hated him. And you know, Vince and Triple H love guys like that who barely step into the ring, but will get booed out of the arena. He has a future ahead of him, but he's very, very young. Wolfgang, let's put up the W. The big man, 255 pounds from apparently 2 weeks ago, was working in a bar in Scotland, made a lasting impression from his physical abilities, a very Kevin Owen-esque offense, but also had the Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb as a finisher. He also made an impact for me. But the man who I started this with and I want to talk most about is Pete Dunne, a guy who's 205 pounds, 5'11", a physical, bruising, that's why they call him the Bruiserweight opponent in the UK tournament, made an impression because they gave him the most to work with. After the attack at the end of day one, heading into day two of the tournament, he found himself beating Mandrews, who is just a fantastic performer, Mark Andrews that is, and getting himself into the championship against Bate. I do think Pete Dunne has an opportunity to be one of the most successful guys that comes over to WWE from this tournament. You won't see all of these guys transition into WWE, but I think 3, 4, or 5 guys you'll see yourself appearing on WWE television, whether it's NXT, 205 Live, and maybe 2018 and 2019 on Raw or SmackDown. The WWE Network has been fantastic, and I applaud them. I really do, of opening the eyes of most WWE fans with untapped talent in the United Kingdom, which has produced so many great wrestlers over the years, not including guys like William Regal, Fit Finlay, Finn Balor, Bad News Barrett, Sheamus, all of these guys that have made an impact. But I do think the one guy that you need to watch in 2017 and 2018 making the transition to WWE is Pete Dunne. He does this. I'm scared of him. He looks good. He looks intense. Pete Dunne, give me more of Pete. Well, we have Chair Shot Reality all weekend long, and coming up is going to be talk of the Universal and WWE World Championships from my boys Justin and Juice.
Coming to you from downtown Pittsburgh, CMI at Point Park University, at Juicy Steen, at Justin LeVar, wrapping up 347 as we approach Royal Rumble. WrestleRumble.com. You can predict who's going to win. You can win WrestleMania tickets in cold hard $500 cash and many other prizes. All right. Wrap it up, Juice. Let's talk about the WWE World and Universal title picture. Let's start with Monday Night Raw. The Universal, you think this one's the more confusing one. I think this is the more straightforward one.
I'm confused because I don't know. I think Owens and Jericho is the obvious option here. And it's crazy that they've gotten to drag it out so long and keep adding little things like Jericho winning the belt, the U.S. title and all this stuff. But like I told you, what if Finn Balor comes back? Does he get himself inserted in this stuff?
I don't think you see Finn Balor. And as I say this, he'll show up
at the Rumble
tomorrow. He'll pop up on this window behind us. Wouldn't that be something? As I say this, I don't. It probably would be. I don't think we see Finn Balor to the night after Mania. I think that's a perfect timing as he's a night after Mania return. I think give him this extra 2 months to heal up. It's not like I don't think they need him. This Jericho-Owens feud, at first I thought it was going to culminate with the two Canadians at Survivor Series in Toronto.
Nope.
Then I was like, all right, roadblock in Pittsburgh, we got it. Okay, Royal Rumble, they're going up against each other. Now he's in a shark cage.
Yep. So which, by the way, why are they doing, they're only doing the shark cage because they have that action figure play set with the shark cage.
Sell the merchandise.
NXT and now this.
Sell the merchandise.
And Jim Cornette said wrestling was not good anymore.
So now we have no other option but to say this thing has got to go to WrestleMania. Forget Fastlane.
Maybe it'll happen at Fastlane.
This thing has got to culminate at WrestleMania.
I hope Fastlane is that culmination of that feud out of nowhere and Goldberg and Lesnar.
This has got to culminate at WrestleMania. I think this is straightforward. I think these two got to fight. Whether it is Chris Jericho pops in the Rumble and wins and goes up against Kevin Owens, whether there's some kind of craziness happens at Fastlane or in between, I do not think, and the internet's getting ready to stand up and applaud me, I do not think Roman Reigns is winning this title.
No?
I just do not. I think WWE... I think WWE knows Roman Reigns. He's a special commodity. Everybody makes a reaction to him.
Yep.
They boo him or cheer him, but they care about him. But I also don't think WWE necessarily is ready to go back and put the title on him. I don't think they need to right now. I think they have a lot of other things going on. I think you could have a Roman Reigns work against anybody from a Braun Strowman to a Goldberg to something else novelty.
I want to see him work John Cena in an interpromotional match, just so everybody actually cheers Cena for once.
Well, that might be the situation too, because as we then jump over to the WWE World title on Tuesday Night SmackDown,
I guess it's more confusing on SmackDown.
I think it is because
I don't know. I want to see.
Last time we saw Cena on a pay-per-view, he lost to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Now it's for the title. Yep. Does he let AJ beat him again?
I mean, that's his yeah. I think that's his thing. I mean, I think he's fine with getting these guys over and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that? I mean, this will be 16.
But you made a good point off air. So after Rumble, you have Elimination Chamber, which is SmackDown. So that, and the nature of that match, that would make you think to believe there's going to be more chaos in that title picture.
And it's going to. You would assume that it would be for a number one contender spot, not a title. But it could be for a title. You know, I mean,
which would lead you to believe that a Raw person would Rumble.
But which would be Chris Jericho. On WrestleMania,
or an Undertaker. If the Undertaker,
or Undertaker. Undertaker doesn't know what brand he's
decided he's a Raw.
He's Switzerland. He's going to be on NXT.
He's going to be on NXT.
He'll go against Nakamura.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be the entrances would take a long time, but.
But at least the NXT entranceway is shorter.
It's true.
Versus a WrestleMania where it's a mile long.
No, they'll have an NXT feature at WrestleMania. They'll just forget Takeover.
We'll do our final picks obviously when we get closer, but for Wrestle Rumble. But right now, as we're sitting out a couple weeks away, does John Cena beat AJ Styles at Royal Rumble?
At some point, or just Rumble in general? Like
at
you
Rumble.
think?
Does he win the title at Rumble?
No.
No,
I don't think so. I don't know who takes the belt into Mania, and I don't know what the Miz. I feel like
that a Samoa Joe pop-up type of situation.
I've been seeing things.
We talk about Cena willing to put. I mean, that Kevin Owens made his introduction with. Cena. So is that something?
I'd like to see that. I would be. I think.
Forget Joe is one of the 30 guys.
Oh yeah.
Let him pop up, or maybe he pops up there and then he pops back up in the ring.
And his NXT character has been as something like he would just go in and murder Cena.
Well, and they've been phasing him out of NXT.
Exactly.
Too, so.
Well, that would work out then. But I think again, I was going to ask you about the Miz. Where do you think he ranks? Do you think he has any shot to be in the world title picture?
I think he'd be.
He's not going to go.
He'd be a guy you put in the elimination.
He's surely not going to go against Daniel Bryan.
I think he's certainly.
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Another video for a future date.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Miz would deserve to be in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
If it's that situation where the title is up with.
I think he's got it. Well, he'd definitely be in the chamber match, but I don't know. I don't know if
you could put him. You put Corbin.
Yeah. Well, Baron Corbin's going to win the Rumble, so.
According to you, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, pretty much everybody on SmackDown.
I think Miz needs a high-profile match at Mania. I think he's earned it up to this point, and it's really sold.
I wouldn't be shocked if Triple H is fighting to have it be Miz versus Daniel Bryan, and meanwhile Vince saying he doesn't want to put the risk of Bryan back out there. That would be my. That's just my up in the air guess of.
And I think Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan's not going to say.
Oh, Bryan would do it in a minute.
He probably.
Brie Bella might smack him.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be incredible though.
All right, let us know what you think. We'll be tweeting tonight, Monday Night Raw. You can tweet along with us at Juicy Steen, at Justin LeBar. We'll be back next week. Again, WrestleRumble.com, TicketKing.net. All kinds of great partners here. CSR on WZ.